Hello guys, so this is Marco, the retro guy, and as I said, I'm going to create this small video just to show you the solution that I just posted on my blog, retroguy.blog, which is basically like this. So this is a Jaz drive enclosure, as you can see, and the Jaz drive inside of it was bad, so it had a problem with the head or something like that. I couldn't fix it, so I just reusing the case here. And the great thing is that the case, the solution itself, it has like this SCSI card or board inside that basically allows you to connect anything that is SCSI inside of it and make it an external solution. So what I've done is I used a SCSI2SD board and I connected it to the SCSI board inside of the Jaz drive, and this is all documented in my blog, so if you want to go there and see it, the link is on the description below. Other than that, I just added like this finishing here so that the opening is not going to be exposed, and I'm thinking on removing this acrylic part here so I can easily swap SD cards if I wanted to. As I mentioned in the blog, I tried using an SD extension so that I could basically mount it on the outside of the drive here, but that didn't work as expected. For some reason the SCSI2SD didn't take it, and I don't really know why, and I really didn't want to spend time investigating it. So for now I'm just going to leave the card inside. It's an 8 gig card, so it's more than enough. I don't really need to keep swapping cards at all. Like, it has 4 2 gigabyte volumes on it, and I can reformat like any of those any ways I want. So there is really no need to keep swapping cards anyways. But even if I need it, I just have to open the case, which is very easy. There is no screws or anything. It's just like some plastic inserts that are holding everything together. So it's very easy to open. Again, like, I'm not going to basically go with it right now. So as I said in the post in my blog, the great thing about this solution is it doesn't require any external power, even though I have connected the 5-volt trail to the SCSI2SD board, just so that if I need, for example, the Mac Plus, it doesn't provide SCSI power termination, so I can't use this in the Mac Plus without having an external power brick connected to it. So the original Jaz power supply works just fine. It's not needed for any other sort of more modern solution. So it's as far as I know, only the Mac Plus is actually the one that needs the external power supply connected to this case here. Any other Macs or Amigas or whatever probably will work fine just without it. So let me show you how this goes then. I will try to do my best using just one hand here. It's not easy, as you know, and again, like, I'm not a pro doing this. I'm just started it, so I don't have like a tripod or anything. Maybe in the future I will add a tripod to it. So I'm just going to connect the SCSI cable to the Jaz drive here. Again, sorry about the lightning is not the best, but basically going to connect the cable here. There is nothing special about it really. So connecting the cable to the drive, so it's connected, as you can see. Again, nothing special. The drive is set. Let me see if I can show you this. Yeah, maybe this is better. So the drive has power termination. The case, I mean, not the drive, but the case. Let's see if focus helps here. Maybe not. Yeah, I can't get it to focus, but there is power termination on the case, just like any Iomega drives, like zip disks and such. Zip drives, not zip disks. They also have this power termination thing. So basically terminating on the case itself, and also on the SCSI2SD you have the option to also set it to terminate the SCSI chain, so that you know it. Like if you're not going to be connecting anything to the chain, you can just terminate the SCSI chain on the software if you want to. So what I'm going to do now is basically connect the SCSI cable to the back of this Mac. So this is a Mac Classic. So it's, again, no big deal. I'm just going to connect the cable down here, and we should be good to go. As you know, like SCSI devices normally must be powered on before you turn on the computer. But in this particular case, since it's connected only to the SCSI cable here, there is no external power, so there is nothing you can do in terms of that. It's actually going to power up as soon as you power up the computer itself, which is also great because you don't have to keep worrying about turning it on or off. It just, you know, powers up when you turn it on, the computer on, and it powers off when you power it off. So it's very convenient. So I'm going to turn on my Mac Plus here. As you can see, it automatically turns on the SCSI element. The LED here, I have soldered this to the SCSI2SD LED jumpers inside, so that's why you see it. It's just basically to tell you whether or not the drive is on or off. So you see the blinking light inside. This is the actual activity light on the SCSI2SD card. Okay, so it's booting up. It's probably doing the post checking. So as you can see, I set it to boot from the SCSI2SD, so it's actually booting from the external drive right now. You see it? So it's booting up, and you can see the activity light on the SCSI2SD. Let me just focus on the SCSI2SD here, so you can actually see it. So it's going to boot up. It's loading the operating system right now. Yeah, it takes a while because it's an old Mac and such, but it is working. It's fully operational. Okay, so we do have some issue here, apparently. So let me just try it again. So I had some more weird things going on here, like I don't know why. So I'm trying it again. Let's see if second time is a charm. But yeah, it worked flawlessly yesterday. Maybe for the booting thing, I don't know. So it's booting up again. Again, it's going from the SCSI2SD. It's not booting for the hard drive. It does have a hard drive inside, but yeah, my feeling is that, as far as I remember, like this guy here, the internal hard drive is actually set to SCSI ID 2, whereas the volumes that I have here are set for SCSI IDs from 1, ranging from 1 to 4. So it could have been that, like it created some sort of a conflict, but it is here now. As you can see, so again, it has booted from the, as you can see here, it has booted from the SCSI2SD, right? So it's SCSI, it booted from the SD3 here, this volume. And as you can see SD2. So it has 1, it has 4, and it has 3. It doesn't have 2. The classic disk here is the internal Mac Classic hard drive. This has nothing to do with this SCSI2SD. And if I run an application here, if I run a tool, you're going to see that. So let's go to utilities and run, for example, like yeah, HTTP primer. It's a good one, so I can see the SCSI IDs. And you're going to see that the classic disk is on SCSI ID 2, which is a mistake. It should have been 0. So that's basically the problem, I think, from the initial boot. It tried to boot, maybe there was like some SCSI conflict or something like this, and it prevented it from, you know, finishing up the booting. But the second time I tried it, it just booted without any issue. So yeah, I'm just going to show you this. So as you can see, it's just complaining about okay, so it's going to check for the drivers, and I'm just going to say I don't care. So as you can see here, right, on the SCSI IDs, like 0 should be this classic disk here. It isn't, it is 2, and it's conflicting with my Mac SD2 volume, which is on the SCSI2SD there. So this is a conflict, the SCSI conflict. Of course this is not good, and ideally I would fix that, you know, just open it up, the Mac Classic here, remove the hard drive, set the jumpers properly so it actually is recognized as 0 instead of 2, and this problem will go away. But again, like, I'm not going to do this right now. The idea of this was merely to show you that the solution actually works, and of course I can boot it from the hard drive, and it's going to also recognize all the volumes as itself, like you don't have to boot from it. Like I'm actually going to change that right now. So control panels, startup disk, wait for it. So start up disk. Yeah, actually this is not it. Like it's automatically picking the SCSI. Like this one doesn't even have the startup disk power control panel, so it's basically picking up from the SCSI. So if it tries to boot the first from an external device, and then it basically it tries the internal one. So if I remove the disk, then it should boot from the internal one. It doesn't really matter anyways. Like going to power it down just to show you that when I shut it down, it will automatically also shut down the external drive. So keep looking at the LED on the external drive and you're going to see it. There we go. Right, that's it. Hope you liked it.